everyone, and welcome to the capstone project video for CS50W web programming with Python and JavaScript, offered by Harvard University, of course. This application is called ETS, shortened for Employees Tracking System, which is a web application designed to help service companies, such as oil service companies, to manage their employees' rotations, schedules, and also time of request in a very efficient and visual way. So this application features a drag and drop interface, automatic alerts, and it is responsive for both desktop and mobile users. So without any further delay, let's jump into the practical part of the demonstration video. So on the top of the login page, we have a navigation bar with different shortcuts. Obviously, we cannot access any of them. The reason is we are not logged in. So if we try to log in with a random username and a random password, hit login, we are prompted with an error message. The reason is the user is not registered yet. Let's register them by hitting this button. Okay. Of course, we have a form with necessary information. Let's try to fill on them. Username, just call it test user. First name, family name. Password. Hit register. There we go. So, test user, password, login. We logged in successfully and we have been redirected to the main page of the application employees tracking system. Of course, let's try to access the other shortcuts on the navigation bar. This is the section called Add Employees or Add Employee. We are prompted with a form allowing us to create or add a new employee with necessary information: first name, family name, email, position, adding a picture, and the company user ID. Also, the new schedule page allowing us to add the new schedule or planning for the employee based on the website and the starting date and the end date, because as you know, oil service companies work in rotational regime with a starting date and ending date for each employee. We have another page called Employees List. The Employees List will show a complete list of every employee registered in the database. Obviously, those names are just random. I cannot in reality add a real employee's name related to real company's data. So if I hit the first name, I will be redirected to the employee page with every necessary details. Below I have the picture, and below the picture I have the delete button. If I hit this button, the employee is disappeared and I am redirected to the main list of the employees full inventory. Of course, I can re-add the same employee from the creation form. First name, as you have seen it before, is Harry, in reference to the fancy character Harry Potter. Just for example. Let's pick the picture, projects, custom project, employee tracking system, media, pictures. Should find Harry. This one. Okay. Given a random user ID, There we go. We have Harry at the end of the list. Let's back to the main picture. Now let me explain a little bit about this main interface. This main interface, as you can see, shows different cards. Each card displays the well site name in the dark blue, like here London, Aberdeen, New Jersey. Of course, each card includes the employees. Here I have only one employee. Let me add and plan the employee to this well site and see how it will change. New schedule, well site was Aberdeen. Pick this employee, giving it a starting date and giving it an end date manually. Okay, here is the employee. Okay, now I will try to demonstrate another feature of this application. So I will plan a new schedule for another employee. Let's send him in to this well site. Norman is engineer, so starting date here. We will see if this end date will be calculated automatically based on the employee position and rotational specific regime. So hit in save. Okay, here we go. As we can see, the end date is automatically determined without entering it manually. The next feature is the alert system. Let's hit edit. If we modify the end date to the 7 or 8, for example, and hit save, today is the 5th, so in a window of 3 days before the deadline, this employee is highlighted in orange, indicating that due off time is very soon, in maximum 3 days. This is another feature of the application which can help to determine which employee should be replaced as soon as possible on the well site. Okay. Another important feature is changing between different sites or mobilizing employees between different sites. This is part of the business, continuous rescheduling. As I have mentioned on the beginning, the main purpose of the employees tracking system program is to provide an ability to updating any schedule at the last minute without prior notice, while keeping track on every worker details related to their starting date, end date, and so on. So our program allows to do this in two different ways. The first, by editing the information from the input field, like this one. Save. So our employee had already changed the working site successfully. The second way of updating the schedule is by activating the drag and drop functionality, like this one. So, as you can notice, our worker has successfully changed the working site. Let's check if database is updated properly by clicking the edit button. So well site is updated successfully. Now let's move on to the timesheet functionality and trying to explain it the best possible way. For example, I'll pick this employee under Aberdeen worksite, hitting edit, heading to this button marked with timesheet, click, there is a timesheet downloaded under the browser. Double click. As you can see, this is including all the history of the employee during his stay from day 1 till day 29. You see, this is very helpful for tracking the employee history during his complete stay since day 1. The last important feature, it is called time off, which means sending the employees back home. If I pick this employee, Harry Potter, hitting edit, go to the edit schedule menu, down till the time off option, click on time off. As you can see from the main interface and dashboard, our employee is disappeared, which means he's already sent back home and no longer figure in the program. At the end of this video, all I need to highlight is the responsiveness of the interface. When I resize the page, as you can see, I notice that the proportions remain perfect, and the same goes for the other pages. And right above there is a drop down menu allowing me to access my the different pages. So if I pick mobile size from this list, for example, proportions remains perfect. Same goes for iPad, for example. So thank you for your listening, and hope you found the project very interesting, or at least quite interesting.